Okay, hey everybody, this is Grace, and I made a video earlier today, and it was something I looked up, Googled, and the AI overview, and the deep dive of the AI overview, basically about why do some people watch, like say they watch a YouTube content creator, and the person is saying things, doing things, bad behavior, I think called it bad behavior, and why some people in the audience will take up for that person, even though they can see that this person is behaving poorly, bad, and it gave its own reasons for it and all that. Now, there's something I have said, some of it's a little bit along the same line as how I thought, but I added my own all these years. Next month will be 11 years I had my original channel, and I've seen people make stuff, just bad behaviors online for years before then. Even I had my first computer in 1982, so that's 8-2. So yeah, I've seen quite a bit. Really, the social media didn't really become something big until probably the late 80s and early 90s. And I was there, so in the 90s, since 1990 at least, but some before then. So anyway, seen all kinds of things in all these years. But there's one of them I mentioned, and I haven't seen anywhere else yet, and that is haven't seen or heard or read, and that is the people who they really want to see the train wreck waiting to happen. I mean, they want to see the train wreck. They're just sitting there when the train, waiting for it to happen, and they will set up some of this stuff. They will they might be ones who encourage that person's behaviors, encourage that person's bad attitude, poor behaviors, like, if they're snarky and snarly and sarcastic, sardonic, whatever it is their bad behaviors, they encourage it. Say, oh, you're so great, you're so wonderful, and you make me laugh because you do this and that, and you say these things, to these people, and like that. And when actually that's very poor behavior. So, okay, but there are other kinds too on the darker side of it I have seen, and it's yesterday or the day before. When was it? Yesterday. Yeah, I was thinking, I was getting the heebie-jeebies. I'm trying to remember what day was it, but yeah, it gives me the heebie-jeebies when I see a comment like that. And to some people, they read a comment, on somebody's video that is behaving badly, and they'll leave a comment, this kind of comment. It's kind of like if you were to hear them, they would have a what's the word, monotone voice, and kind of sinister. But you would have to be one who was sophisticated enough to know that's what it was. Some people would just be fooled by it in a way, but they wouldn't think of it as something sinister. But it is something sinister. Yeah. And I've seen people have, lately I've been, when I do these, I had to think back, but I think I do start reading people's comments that they're leaving. If there's a comment, like if the person does something that's really bad, I'll look at the comments, like just what I see. And sometimes if I'm on my phone, one time, the first comment up there was a really negative toward someone who was being bad, who was saying wrong things, saying bad all around. And it was really negative, and so I read the comments. But I generally don't read I don't even know if I get comments anymore, because I used to get a lot of those, what are they called? Spam stuff, so I cut it to where I have to approve every comment. And I hardly get comments, so I don't really think for years now. I don't think to look to see. Not very often. So really, my channel's comment free. So, but yeah, you know, these on somebody else's video, you know, somebody who's being bad, and I've seen some of those. I thought, oh, that's dark. It's very, very dark. Now, there are the people who are waiting for the train wreck to happen because they enjoy seeing these kind of dramas, you know, unfold. And then there's that one. These dark, dark, dark. Yeah. Okay, and then, you know, I basically, as usual, you know, when this come around, there's, at some point, I lose interest in talking about it. You know, some of them I'll make video, here goes my voice. Anyway, but some of them, you know, I'll make more than, like I sit outside and I make more than one video on it, and then I don't put them up. Sometimes I delete them, sometimes I put them on a private channel, or just some off channel, you know, but it's just a pressure release valve, you know, venting. So I don't really care if I make it public or not. So, but some of these, it's just, at some point, it's just like, ugh, you know, it's so lather, rinse, repeat with people like this. It's so scripted to me. Not always the same people. Some people go around still doing it years later, the same thing. And then they have reaction channels that will do the same thing, you know. The reaction channel to the people who are doing the same thing. And I saw a different reaction channel, and it did a lot of the people from one genre. And I had just been thinking, again, that there's no reaction channel. And I had made a video saying, what are the reaction channels to, you know, it was actually, I mentioned one, but I think it was the other one. And, you know, I'd been thinking, why they're not reaction channels to either one of these genres. And anyway, there was one, and the person was kissing up, you know, making all these, you know, nice comments about this one. And I thought to myself, they're not really watching. They're busy people. They're not really watching these people. You know, I mean, I'm a busy person, but I pay attention, and I don't think they're really paying attention. I think they're skimming for their next person they're going to, you know, make a video on or something like that. They don't really watch one another. So, just, or whatever they're looking for. But it kind of said it in that thing, you know, they'll overlook poor behavior on the AI overview. They'll overlook the poor behavior, some people, because they're giving them some information they need. You see what I'm saying? So, what it's saying, what it said. Yeah. But anyway, you know, I thought that all coming around about the same time was kind of interesting. Yeah, but I did look up stuff too. And then there was some more. One of the women, so many of them are doing it right now. But one of the women, I had never noticed some things about her. And that's another thing. I mean, I pay attention, but this is something that I don't tend to judge people on. You know, and there's so many different names for what it is. And I don't like even mentioning it. But it was to this point where I'm thinking, oh, this is seriously not healthy, you know, in any way. And I mean, I'm not one to diagnose anybody, but just, it wasn't healthy for me to even see it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm judging for me. Here comes Adam. He's like, what are you doing? He gets bored when I'm outside. Poor thing. So, but anyway, yeah, he's saying, come on, wrap it up. He's bored. But yeah, you know, come on. Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? I'm telling you. But no, something I noticed about this woman, and I mean, it's like I said, it's not something I usually judge on, So I'm not going to be watching that. But, I mean, I've seen it, but not just this one thing. But I've seen enough. And it's disgusting. And that's usually when I say enough. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.